We are live with our first VIVO listing showcase. And I sort of got the idea from, I think you guys have seen some of those TikTok videos where they sell a bunch of stuff. And I thought, why not do it for real estate and showcase our beautiful listings? So I'm David Mays, co-founder, broker, VIVO Realty. We've got Bernice. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Bernice Mays, co-founder, managing broker of VIVO Realty.
And we've got Lindsay. Go ahead.
Lindsay Menz, Town Square Mortgage, residential lender. Love partnering with VIVO. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And we brought Lindsay on because obviously if we're talking about real estate, we want to be able to leverage off of her to answer any lender questions. Now, since we are live, I don't know really how the chat works, but we'd love questions and comments and all the feedback. And if you've got questions about loans or anything like that, or questions about the properties, we'd love to hear your feedback. So we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to share my screen to the MLS, and we're going to start off with Bernice's listings. And Bernice, can you also do Brittany's listing as well, because she can't be here today?
Sure.
Perfect. Let me get my screen set up here. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
No.
How about now? Can everybody see my screen now?
No.
Let me go back.
It's not sharing it.
How about now?
There we go.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Really small.
Getting used to some new tech, guys. So it's actually a really cool platform. I think I mentioned it earlier, but it's called Streamlabs, and I think it's typically used for gamers. But let me see how I can do this best. Let's go. I won't be able to see you guys, but I'm going to toggle through the listings. So let me go there. And you guys said it was a little small, right? How about now? Better?
It's still small, but that's okay. Maybe once you click on one of the listings, it'll...
Yeah, it's better. Great. So I can see it a lot better. Okay, perfect. So let's start off, Bernice. Let's start off with your Bloomfield listing. It's a townhouse. It's located on 3120 Bloomfield Court. And since Bernice does not have the handle here, Bernice, just toggle me through it, and I'll change the page when you want to, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So this listing is an amazing location. It is in the 75093 zip code, which is pretty coveted zip code. It is Plano West High School or senior high school. And so it's a great location. It's got the also a community pool, walking trails, literally minutes from like Trader Joe's, HEB. I mean, it's a fantastic location. I actually
it's pretty cool. I don't want to interrupt you, Bernice, but I can pull the map up here too, so the viewers can see exactly where it is. It's going to toggle through all of them. So hold on. Let me do this.
It's actually, while you're doing that, I'll kind of talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually sold it to her probably about 10 to 12 years ago. And she lived in that home. She was very rarely home, so it's still in really good shape. I think for the value to get in 75093 zip code, it's a really, I call it like a pocket neighborhood, because there's not very many townhomes there, and it's close proximity to almost $1 million homes. So I mean, again, location is amazing. The townhome has a master is down with the master ensuite bath. It also has a separate
Bernice, I can go through the photos too, but just here's the map. You can see it's really close to Preston and Tollway. You've got Shops of Legacy stuff happening here. There's tons of new things happening in West Plano too. Yep. If you're not aware of what's kind of going on off of Parkwood, there's going to be some new development there. Is it Parkwood and Windhaven, right, Bernice?
It's Parkwood and Windhaven, and it's sandwiched in between Spring Creek and Park. So it's going to be some really cool stuff going on.
And I'll let you now go through the photos and just tell me when to switch, Bernice.
Awesome. So obviously you see the front of the property. It is, again, it's a townhome. It's an interior townhome, but again, it's a great location. So you can change next page.
Yep.
This is the floor plan. As you can see, the master is down, which is great. It's got a nice little loft area upstairs with 2 bedrooms, full bath, and the full bath is kind of shared between the loft area and the secondary bedroom. The third bedroom she used as an office, and it's got its own bathroom as well.
Awesome. Another picture of the front.
That's the interior of it. It's all ceramic tile flooring on the first floor, except for the master bedroom. And then you've got the stairs, so it's got the iron staircase with the wood railing. You've got the also downstairs. I do want to point out the refrigerator is going to stay with the home. Also, the washer and dryer. It does have a gas cooktop as well, and this is a staged version of it as well. And you got a nice little cozy backyard. It's not huge. It's a townhouse, but it's got a nice little covered patio area, and then a nice little patch of some gravel. And she's got it like really serene out there. So
I like the vault ceilings too.
Yes.
Another view of the kitchen.
And there's your kitchen, really spacious.
Gas too, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's got gas, which is nice. And this is the master bedroom. Again, it's downstairs. It's a good spacious, size, and it's attached to the ensuite bath as well. So this is the master bath, yes, and it's got a separate tub. It's got double sinks. You've got the nice built-ins in there. Here's your little loft area. And if you toggle back to the other to the master bath again, Dave, if you look all the way down, that's the hallway, and she's got some custom closets that she did in there, which are really nice as well. And it does have a storage area too for towels and a separate water closet, which is nice.
Great.
Again, this is the loft area. She had some little workout equipment in there, but I think it's a great area if you have another person living in the home with you, maybe some older children. They can actually live kind of upstairs. That can be their little TV area along with the bedrooms. So again, very clean floor plan.
And we'll kind of toggle through it. I forgot to say to Bernice that this is kind of rapid fire, so we'll kind of go through this really fast, and so that we get all these listings in here. But yeah, this is great.
But here's the other bathroom. Like I said, it really barely lived in, so it's been very, very well kept.
I think the location is just. Oh, is this the closet?
Yeah, that's the master.
Nice.
So she's got some custom cabinets and some custom closets in there. There's your laundry room. Has a 2-car garage with the epoxy, floor and.
Oh, very cool.
Yep.
And then tell me about so it's 525, it's a 3-3, and you've got 1189 dues. I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you know exactly what goes, what the HOA covers? They have a pool?
It's got the front yard maintenance is covered. It does have a community pool, which it is literally, if you open the front door, look to your left, the community pool and the walking trails are right there. So, again, great location.
All right, perfect. And so if you guys have questions about this, drop it in the chat. Bernice's information is also right here, and our office information is here. Would love to talk about it.
Buyer, or come take a look at it. We're going to try to hold it open this weekend as well. It's a great property. It's vacant. It's ready to go.
All right, perfect. And then I'm going to toggle over to Lindsay. And Lindsay, do you want to talk a little bit about what a loan might look like on this? And you can be as broad as you want to, but just kind of maybe some options for somebody who's interested in this.
Yeah, so the beauty of this property, because it's a townhome, it's move-in ready, and you have all of those appliances. I think when I look at it financially for a buyer, it's such a great purchase. You have less costs moving in. You're not going to have to update anything. So I think for a buyer, this is grab and snag this property before someone else does. You're not going to have additional costs to get into it. So listed at $525, 20% down on this would get you to a monthly payment of $2,733. So $2,700 a month for principal and interest payment on this property. That's a great price point. Minimum down payment at 5% would be $26,250. You can look at FHA options on this as well. Because this is a townhome, you have more opportunity financial-wise for different loan programs. So you're not restricted. Being a townhome, you can use different loan programs, which is really great for your buyers. There is that monthly HOA of $396 a month, so that's just something to keep in mind. But also being a townhome, your homeowner's insurance is going to be lower. So huge benefit to your buyers. I say this is a grab this property now. Beautiful, move-in ready. The financials on it are fantastic.
Great. And Bernice looks really happy there. I don't know if you can see that. She looks excited about I think you're frozen, Bernice.
Oh, no.
Can
you see me now? I was just going to mention and kind of add.
She's just very excited about this property, but go ahead.
I was going to add to what Lindsay said as well, is that, the HOAs are three something. I can barely see the screen. Sorry, Dave, but I know they're three something a month. It does cover your front landscaping, so that cuts down on any extra cost there. And
True.
the backyard is really easy maintenance. So it's great. And then again, the insurance factor as well. We all know about insurance. Homeowners costs are kind of, the homeowners insurance is kind of through the roof. So, so it does help that it's a townhouse.
Very cool. All right, let's go on to the next one. And let me go back to my screen here.
Am I still frozen?
I think it shows that you're frozen on my side, but I don't know.
Lindsay,
Do you see that
frozen?
too?
You look like a black screen to me. I don't see you frozen.
No.
You're just black screen right now.
Let me see. Weird. Let me hide on stream. You guys should all be there. I see Lindsay. I see Bernice.
I see everybody on my end.
Okay. Well, maybe it's showing fine on to the viewers, so that's good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just go through a couple of leases real quick that are not financed, but they're lease properties, and they are very good lease properties. So I want to go through them real quickly. This property, if you guys can see my screen, is 3880 Everwood Lane in Addison. This is also a townhouse, and this was actually a really, really cool property because it's a 3-bedroom and it has 4 baths. So it's a great layout. He's always leased it really, really fast, so I'm sure it's going to go very, very quickly. I think we've only been on the market like 9 days. It's in Addison, so in the heart of literally everything. 3350, which is an absolute steal. We always keep it leased. As a matter of fact, the tenants usually stay 2 years, but unfortunately our tenant is leaving now. And so Destiny, our property manager, is helping us with this property, and I'd love to get some new wonderful tenants in there. It's a corner unit, which is also very nice.
Great location.
And I think it's walking distance to, it's not Waffle House, but what are those breakfast places? So, get up in the morning and walk over to have some breakfast. This is right downstairs. It's kind of it's close to Pete's in Addison. Downstairs, and this is it was really, really in style a few years ago, but it's still awesome because it's stained concrete, so you can put a rug over this. Those imperfections are just due to the fact that it's concrete, so they stain the concrete. You've got these wonderful built-ins too. This is a huge flex room, so you can use it as a bedroom, or you can use it as an secondary entertainment room. And I'll just be super quick here because this is just a quick overview. Downstairs, you've got the kitchen that leads right into the living area, which is really nice. And then from the images, hopefully you can see you've got some great big windows right here. Nice breakfast bar. You've got a wine captain with gas stove rather, and you've got stainless steel refrigerator as well. My screen's not keeping up with me as fast as I'm going.
I was going to mention too, Dave, on the other one on Bloomfield, 3120 Bloomfield in Plano, it is also for lease as well.
Oh, okay, great. And what's the lease price on it?
It's $3,200, but we're looking to possibly lower that today. So,
got it. Okay, cool. And this is the master. Nice open master and a nice big closet too. Hoping my screen's not going to completely freeze on me here.
And that was for lease, just for lease, Dave?
This one's just for lease. Yep, 3350. And these are the secondary bedrooms. You've got 2 bedrooms upstairs, and then you've got 2 secondary bedrooms upstairs, and then you've got the 3rd bedroom that is also the master upstairs, and then you have downstairs that flex room. Okay. So technically, it could be a 4-bedroom. Screen's kind of panicking on me. That's okay though. So I'm just gonna scroll to the next one. So 3880 Everwood Lane, Addison, 3350. And in the future, we'll probably have these on PDF or something, so we don't have to worry about them preloading. But if you got any questions about that, we'd love to talk to you about that too.
Yeah, I'm going to start kind of talking about the other listing. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's just I think it's just because it's streaming that it's kind of panicking a little bit. All right, cool. So let's go on to the next one. We're going to go to, is it Phyllis Lane, Bernice?
It is, yes.
Okay, perfect. So 3021 Phyllis Lane. This is a for sale property. And Bernice, I'll go ahead and let you explain this. This is one of our other associates, Brittany. Okay. And I'll go ahead and go, Bernice.
Awesome. This is also in a really great location. It's in Farmers Branch near several of the private schools there. So great location. I believe the lot is almost a quarter of an acre. I'm sorry, I don't have the MLS sheet handy right now.
I'll toggle back. I just want to show the location.
But it is in a great location. The backyard looks like a park. It is huge. a beautiful
Oh, Bernice is breaking up.
on the property. We've got an engineer's report. So it is all, taken care of, all buttoned up. They did do some remodeling on the interior. So when we get into some of the interior pictures, you can kind of take a look at some of the things that they did. As you walk up to the home,
Got a nice
it's
lot.
got a nice long driveway, nice
Oh, wow.
long, walk up. Here's the interior. I kind of like what they did here with the front. This is actually the back of the home, or the back side of the house. But this is the family room, and you can see it's really nice and open. It's got that
Nice.
engineered floor. This is actually looking from the kitchen to the front of the house. As you can see on the right-hand side is where the dining area is, the formal dining.
And did they
So
do the
they've done a
renovation
really
on
good
this,
job.
Bernice,
They
or did they
did.
buy it? Oh, they did
They
it.
had they had somebody do the renovation for them. They didn't do it, but they had somebody do the renovation.
Very
So
cool.
they
Yeah, it
did a
looks great.
really they did a really nice job. This is not staged furniture. This is actually the homeowner's furniture. So they did a really nice job in the house.
You can go ahead if you want to talk about the kitchen. I kind of.
Yep, the kitchen. So you've got, the stainless steel drop-in range with the overhead, if you will, microwave. It's got the stainless steel dishwasher and the sink, and it's got, quartz countertop and some nice glass tile backsplash. So it's got some really nice features. Here you see the bathroom with the walk-in shower, and the sink is really like that navy blue, really pretty with the
I
gold
like that. Yeah.
hardware. So yeah, just done up really nice. And this is one of the spare
Secondary.
bedrooms. This is a 3-bedroom. And, again, the home was built, I believe, in the late 60s. So, it's the closets are not huge, but they're spacious enough to hold your clothes and some other items. But it's I mean, you just can't beat the location
I
and
love
the
that description,
space.
Bernice.
What?
Closet to hold your clothes. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Just kidding.
Enough to just hold your clothes. Yeah. No, Brittany could probably explain it a lot better than I could. So,
I'm just teasing.
but no, it's a great location. And again, you're going to be in the similar situation as far as layout. Any home you buy in
Nice.
this subdivision, unless it's been totally redone, where the closets, But again, remember, if you make room for closets space, you're going to lose the space somewhere else in the house. So you have to
Wow,
decide where
massive
you want to
lot.
lose that space. I will tell you the other nice thing with this home as well is, I mean, you've got that 2-car garage. A lot of the homes in Farmers
Huge.
Branch have converted the garage because they want the space in the house. So I think
Right.
I like this one because it still has the 2-car garage, and you can see how spacious that yard is.
That's awesome. Very cool. And they're listed at 500. And so I know that Brittany would love to see an offer on this. If you guys have any questions, you can reach out to her. Her information's down here, or just reach out on the chat, and we'll try to get some of those questions answered after the live deal is over. So, all right, Lindsay, you want to talk a little bit about this one?
Man, my kids would live their best life in that backyard.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
phenomenal. You don't find that very easily. So
0.29, yeah.
snatch that up. Seriously. My kids would die for that yard. Okay, property's listed at 500,000. Minimum down payment is going to be 3.5 to 5% down. You're looking at 20% down in this property, principal and interest payment at 6.75%, which is par rate right now. You're going to have a monthly payment of $2,602.91. So great price point, great opportunity to find this beautiful backyard.
I love it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Lindsay. And again, if you guys have lender questions for Lindsay, you can drop those in the chat and she'll get back to you. I'm trying to see, hopefully in the future, when I figure this thing out a little more, that some of the chat can actually show up in the actual thread. And I know that it can, so we'll kind of figure that out later. But
one of the things I was going to
Go ahead,
mention
please.
too, Dave, while we're talking about, I just heard Lindsay quote one of the interest rates. And, we look at the market today, and I'm kind of getting off topic, but we look at the market today, and very rarely would we see a home sit on the market for over a week. It just was unheard of. So right now, buyers have a lot of options. Our inventory is still not the best, but it's a heck of a lot better than it's been in a couple of years. And I tell all my buyers, now is an opportune time to buy. even if the rates are at 6.75, 7%, you can refinance in a couple of years when there's not going to be any homes available to buy. So buy the home that you want now, and then hold it, and then refinance in the next year or two. I think that's always going to be a good benefit for buyers. And then I guess a question for you, Lindsay, on the lending side of things is, I know a while back when the market was kind of crazy and the rates started to go up, lenders were saying you can refinance. I think it was after a year for no fee. Is that option still even available for buyers today?
Yeah, so if you're going to do a purchase with me, I'm always going to work with you on that refinance. If we're refinancing within the first 2 years after your purchase, I always try to do whatever I can to help you waive my lender fee. I would say something else, you talked about it. Because inventory is sitting, buyers have the opportunity to really negotiate a sweet deal right now.
Yep.
Looking at a seller's credit for a 2-1 buy down that lowers your interest rate temporarily for the first 2 years of your mortgage. And you can still refinance anytime in those first 2 years. So if you're getting that lower interest rate paid for by the seller and then refinancing when rates come down, it's a win-win for you as a buyer. Great opportunity to jump in now where buyers have the upper hand in the market.
And can we talk
Awesome.
about that? If you,
Yeah.
Dave, are we going to show another property, or can I ask Lindsay?
Yeah, we got a couple more, but you got time. Yeah, we're good.
Mortgage question.
Yeah.
So Lindsay, how would that work if my seller, let's just say on the Bloomfield property, wanted to help a buyer buy down their rate? What would something look like? What would that look like to the seller credit to the buyer at a 525 list price?
Yeah, so what I tell buyers often is, hey, if a property is listed at 525, maybe we offer 527, 528, and we ask for $7,000 or $8,000 in a seller's credit. And then you're kind of meeting them halfway. So they're getting a little bit higher on the list price, but they're giving you a little bit, right? Let's be reasonable when we're making these offers.
Yep.
So your seller's still netting close to that 525 when it comes to what they're walking away with from the property. But your buyer is still getting that seller's concession to help with that interest rate buy down. You're probably sitting around an $8,000 2-1 buy down at the 525 purchase price.
Okay.
What that does is it temporarily buys down your interest rate for the next 2 years. So I'm just going to run with that 6.75 that we're using for today's scenarios.
Okay.
So your first year, your interest rate would be a 4.75.
Wow.
So a 2-point jump down from the current interest rate. That's a huge change in your monthly payment for your buyers. So 4.75 for year one, 5.75 for year two. And then at year three, you jump back up to that 6.75 for the remainder of your mortgage term. Now, you can refinance anytime in the next 2 years. You don't have to wait for those 2 years to be up. So I tell a buyer, hey, let's get you into this property. Use that 2-1 buy down to lower your interest rate right now. And if interest rates come down, then you can do that refinance. The beauty is if you do a refinance within those 2-1 buy down terms, so anytime in the next 2 years, you can actually capitalize on any of the money that's left in that 2-1 buy down and do another interest rate buy down at the time of your refinance. It's the only way to capitalize on a seller's credit more than one time. So essentially you're using that money offered by the seller twice. And you're getting the benefit both times, at the time of purchase and at the time of the refinance.
I agree. I think that's great because, I mean, we see a lot of times where buyers want a credit toward closing cost, and they really are using some of that maybe for some cosmetic type repairs.
Yeah.
When I think they can use that money, I would think, would be better utilized to buy down their rate so they can actually have cash in hand to make those minor cosmetic repairs themselves. There's so many different plans or so many different options, like and I'm just going to use NFM as an example, where you can do the 1 year 0% interest once you get in your house, not while you're trying to apply and buy the house, but once you're in the home and you've closed, go to NFM or one of these other stores, and if you need carpet, go buy the carpet. They have a 0% for 1 year. A lot of times they're offering promotions like that. And I think that's a good way to get into a house now that you're not going to fight for and pay over asking. So I think that's definitely a benefit. And I know myself, for my seller, on that particular property on Bloomfield, we're more than receptive to working any kind of an offer that we can and get the deal done. So
Well, and really, if you're looking at probably somewhere from a $400 to a $600 a month, reprieve with that 2-1 buy down. So on Bloomfield, your buyer would be paying around $2,100 a month for their principal and interest payment with
That's
that
unbelievable.
20% down purchase. That's an amazing, amazing payment that you're
great.
getting on this $525,000 property. So really a 2-1 buy down is the way to go if you're wanting to really lower your monthly payments.
Mm-hmm. They're great. And so I may talk with you on a separate note, Lindsay, or maybe even get a flyer or something that I can put into the property before the weekend, so we can put that out there as an option for those buyers. I think, if they're looking at the current rate, again, it's just a scenario, but looking at the current rate, what would the current monthly payment be? And then if you do the buy down with the seller giving you that credit, what would be your payment? I think that's huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so absolutely.
Very cool. Awesome. Let's go on to the next one. So this is what I call a deal. We got 2 deals. So let's do a little cheer. Okay, cool. So this property is a quadplex, 1906 Granger in Fort Worth. And Destiny, who's our property manager, is also my co-listing agent on this property. So we have some updated financials. So any of the financials that you're seeing here, we have to update. If you guys have questions about that after the class, I've been instructing all day yesterday. After the live, please let me know, and we'll get you that information. But it's quadplex, and I'm a deals guy. I love deals. I also love up and coming locations. So this location is near the hospital district in Fort Worth. It's really close to the hospitals, obviously, and also close to West 7th Street and the zoo as well. And so it's a great location. Kind of reminds me of East Dallas when East Dallas was up and coming. And so if you can snag this, it needs a little bit of TLC. I'm going to toggle through some of the photos here, but just really some updates. These units are leasing at about $975 to $1,000 per unit. We have 3 leased currently, and I think Destiny's working on another one. So it'll be fully leased, hopefully. This is a little visual of the layout. And each one of these, because it's there's 4 units, I'm just kind of showing you what each unit kind of looks like. This one's been staged, virtually staged. So you got some vinyl flooring. And what I would do, honestly, is probably update the countertops. You can do some different things to the cabinetry, maybe some new light fixtures, maybe some new appliances too. And I'm just going to toggle through these quickly because I want to get to the back to show you what the back looks like too.
That's just another unit, I'm assuming, Dave.
Yeah, these are all different units. Yep, there's 4 of them. Yeah, I'm just going to toggle through these quickly because I want to show you the back as well, what that layout looks like. And I'll have Lindsay discuss some of the financing, but the multifamily can be a great investment because, as you know, obviously, when you do improvements to a property, you can command higher rents. And so they can be fantastic investments. And I always tell people too, if they want to start off in the multifamily sector, start off small with a duplex or, a quadplex before you start going to the big stuff. But here's the back. And again, something I would do immediately is probably put a fence here and another fence here. And then in the front, there's where all the parking is. Wow. In the front, I would do a nice board-on-board fence here as well with a secured gate. And the exterior already looks good. So you really could just maybe do some nice trim here or do some other things, just kind of make it pop a little bit. But the ones that are updated in the same location are commanding, and same square footage, are commanding about $1,500 in rent. So you can easily get a big boost by just doing some minor updates to that one. So again, we're priced at $555. Wow. Love to see an offer on this and would love to work a deal on this. The owner is assertive. I won't say aggressive, but the owner is assertive. And we did have an offer on this, but unfortunately the offer fell through because the guy couldn't get his financing together. So it is ready to roll. And again, up and coming hospital districts, it's going to be a great location in the near future. Get in while you can. Cool. And Lindsay, do you want to talk a little bit about the how a loan would look on this and how it would be structured?
Yeah, so this would be an investment property. So you're going to look at putting 20% down on this. The beauty of this property is you could look at a few different options as far as loan program types. You can do a conventional 30-year mortgage with 20% down. You could also look at a DSCR loan. So if you are a new investor and wanting to get into the investment realm, that loan product is a great option for you. What it does is it actually qualifies the purchase purely based on the property and the rentability of the property, not on your financials. So we're not looking at income, we're not looking at your assets, those types of things. We are just purely looking at the property and the debt to income ratio on the property. So we're wanting to look at what rental is. If we have rents on it right now, we can utilize those as well, which is amazing. But at a $555 purchase price, 20% down is going to be $110,000. Your principal and interest payment on this is $2,889 a month. For an investment property, that's pretty fantastic. So really look at this as an opportunity to get in and begin cash flowing right away.
Fantastic. Yeah, I totally agree. And again, put the right updates. And I'm going to kind of pick on the millennials and things like that. But if you do the right updates, these millennials will pay top dollar to be in that location and to be in a property that's updated, So light fixtures, countertops, and a lot of people have a misunderstanding of what that stuff actually costs. Just to let you guys know, in our brokerage, we have 2 amazing contractors and they're fantastic. They do a great job. Shout out to Hector and Joe Matasiak, Hector Hidalgo and Joe Matasiak, great contractors. And they're also realtors as well. But they can help you get a quote on this property to update it. And it's not what you think a lot of times. You can do things that are, they're going to last you a long time, that don't have to be the top tier, but look really, really fantastic. Okay, cool. Let's roll on to the next property so we can end on time. Let me go back. I think we have probably time for one more, guys. So I'm going to do another deal. So let's go back to this so I can show you guys. Since it is a deal, we've got to do the air horn. All right, good. This one's $499. So my seller is very assertive on this property. It's in Garland. And I got to tell you, buyers too, don't sleep on Garland. There's some great properties and great locations in Garland. This is really close to Firewheel Mall. So it's got an amazing location. It's a newer build. It was built in 2021. Fantastic layout, 4-bedroom, 4-bath. 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and 2,481 square feet. And it's lightly lived in. There is a tenant there right now. She can be out in 30 days. And so if you're buying the property and you want the tenant to stay, if you're an investor, that's also an option too. And we could talk about what the lease amount is and all that kind of stuff offline. But she will go in 30 days if you're a buyer occupant. So don't sleep on Garland. Don't sleep on this property. It's an amazing deal. We had this one all the way up, I want to say, at $575. And so he's lowered it very, very reasonable. I think it's an absolute steal. And we'd love to work something on this property. And let me just toggle through some of the pictures real quick. And then we'll have Lindsay give her take on what a loan would look like. So here's the living area going into the kitchen, very modern. And what I told the seller this when I took this listing, he picked very, very clean, modern finish out. So it's very, very, high touch and very clean. Here's the exterior of the property. Vaulted ceilings in the living area going straight out to the backyard. Another view of the living area.
Lots of windows. It's nice.
Lots of windows. It's nice and bright. You don't even have to turn a light on, and it's super, super bright. Upon the entry, here's the entry here. This is a little study, and you've got the French doors here, so that's kind of nice. Me, I'm a big stickler on my studies. I got to have a window. I can't be barricaded in a room, and so this is really kind of nice because you can see everything that's kind of happening. Another view of the kitchen. Gas cooktop as well. So for the ones that cook out there, it's got a vent out, and it vents completely out, and it's got a gas cooktop. Oh, I really took a lot of pictures of the kitchen there. Anyways, upstairs, you've got the secondary bedrooms, nice and big. So if you got kiddos and stuff, this is really, really great layout. Especially a teenager would probably love that. Toggling through the bedrooms, secondary bathroom. And this looks just clean.
Nice and natural.
Yeah, this is a very just clean property. And the layout's just fantastic too. I think I have the floor plan in here, which I'll show you guys how nice it is. The master. Try to toggle to the backyard. And every lot in this subdivision is it's very narrow, but it's very long too. So it does give you a lot of space. It's just not very wide lots, but you do have a very long lot. So it is actually a bigger lot. It's not a small lot. I thought I had the floor plan uploaded on this one, but I don't. But anyways, it's a very, very nice floor plan. Again, 2021, 2,481 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, $499. It's an absolute steal. And Lindsay, take it away on what I think this qualifies for some really cool stuff, right? Because because of the location it's in. So I'm going to let you take it away.
Yeah, so listed at $499. Your minimum down payment, you can go FHA or conventional on this property. So 3.5% to 5% down would be your minimum down payment. This property does actually qualify for our in-house community lending program. Great opportunity for a buyer to get a conventional product with that FHA-like rate. So if you are interested in this property, reach out. I'd love to walk you through our community lending program. It's actually qualifying on the property location, not on a buyer. It's standard qualification terms for any buyer out there, but you're getting a conventional product with basically close to an FHA rate. So really great opportunity. With 20% down at a 6.75 interest rate, your monthly payment is going to be right at $2,600 a month. So $2,597 a month, principal and interest payment. This home is move-in ready. So again, when I look at this for a buyer, your buyer's not going to have a lot of upfront costs to do updates. Perfect opportunity to get in a great house in a good location.
Great.
All right, awesome. Bernice, any comments?
No, I think but the purchase price is just amazing. I mean, and like you said, it can be a sleeper. Garland can be a sleeper location. This is a great location where it's at. And I mean, the house, I think you said was built in 2021. I mean, it's only a few years old. So, I mean, you've got a great home under 500. I think that's great.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this thing up. So I always dive quickly into things, and learning a little bit from this, we'll probably do some kind of a PDF or some kind of maybe a Canva presentation or something that won't stop the photos from scrolling because of the internet. But other than that, it's been great. So we're going to be doing this every Friday. We'll have different hosts on. So you may see just Bernice, or you might see both of us again, and then you'll see some of our other awesome agents out there. Again, guys, I know the interest rates are an issue for a lot of people right now, but I do want to say this. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. Bernice as well. Lindsay's been doing it for a very long time. Rates come and go, right? And you can't really time the market. And so you got to be, again, I said this and I'll say it again, I'm a big deals guy. And so for me, I see the opportunity. You don't want to be in a situation where it was COVID timeframe and there was all these multiple offers and you had to overbid by 50, 60, 100K. You're not seeing that right now. There's a lot of opportunity to get into some amazing properties and understanding that that's all cyclical, right? So if you get into a property, you can always refinance later. And so there's some great deals to be had. We're going to see a lot more inventory coming in the summer also. And so we're happy to help you guys and really just answer any questions and be a resource as well. If you're not ready to buy right now or not ready to sell, ping us for any questions. Happy to help. All right, that's all for me. Do you guys want to say anything else? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to make just one more comment too about the prices of the homes right now. It's like, go out and grab it, and I'm even saying this to realtors as well. Go out and buy an investment property. This is the time to do it. I think it's just, you just can't beat that. And maybe Lindsay, you can even chime in on self-employed approvals and stuff like that. Is that pretty similar to the other product you guys are offering now, which is the DSR, or is that strictly for investor loans?
So DSCR is an investment product only, but really if somebody is self-employed, let's talk, let's chat and figure out how to help you get to a place of qualification. I often work with your accountant to help you, structure taxes accurately, making sure we're showing enough income to get you to a place of approval. So don't feel like because you are self-employed or you're a new buyer that you're not going to qualify. There's a lot of options, including down payment assistance. We work with that a lot. So don't feel like, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to get qualified. Let's have a conversation and see what we can do to at least get you a game plan in place to get qualified.
I love that. And I just, again, Dave and I are big believers in, real estate agents also investing in properties themselves. Yeah. You're building wealth for yourself and for your family. So it's a good time to do it.
Awesome, guys. Well, this has been fantastic. Again, we'll have Lindsay back on soon enough, and we'll do this again Friday at 10 a.m. We're going to try to keep it consistent and keep it rolling. And so, everybody have a great weekend. It's Friday. See you later.
Thanks again. Dave, does everybody know where to contact us or Lindsay if they need?
Yeah, let's go ahead. And so again, I'm not sure how this shows up as far as people having questions and such. And so, I guess it says it does show up in here. I'm going to write it in the chat, see how it goes.
Okay, that's good.
You can reach me at david@vivorealty.com. And I'm going to put my phone number in here too.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, the chat.
Did it go through?
It looks like something went through. I can't click on it
There you
right
go.
now though because I've got double screens.
Oh, that's very
So-
cool.
can
Yeah,
see
it
it.
shows up
Yeah.
in the chat. Okay, so if you guys have the chat on your end, go ahead and put your information in there.
I can.
Thank you. Oh, you can't? Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, it's not letting me either, but it's because
Do you
of
want to
my-
give me
I have two screens
an
on.
email, Lindsay, and I can pop your email in here?
Yep. So Lindsay Menz, Town Square Mortgage. My email is first initial last name L Menz at tsmlending.com. Townsquaremortgagelending.com.
It should pop up here in a minute. And once that pops up, Bernice, I'll share your information too.
Okay.
Or it should, rather. There it goes. Cool.
Perfect.
Wow, this is fantastic. I'm like a kid in a candy store. Okay, cool. And Bernice, I won't give your phone number out. I'll just put your email there. So
Yeah, I think what would be fun too, Dave, or just not fun, but really a good idea is maybe on Fridays as we do the deal of the week or something like that as well.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of fun thing to do. On top of showing all the other potential, listings that are coming up on the market as well.
absolutely. And I think in the future too, Lindsay, what you can probably do is do a share screen so they can see the numbers visually too. And then she can kind of go through it that way, because that would be really kind of cool. And then maybe a PDF or something after that the viewers can get a copy of, showing what that looks like. I know it's super hard for Lindsay to do this on the spot because she's got to verify information and things like that to get really, really accurate. But I do love that she gave an actual payment, because I think that's important for people to know. And I always tell people too, like, when they're talking to lenders, yes, be rate centric, but understand all the costs involved in buying a home, which are going to be your closing costs and all that kind of stuff. So you really know what you have going into it, as opposed to just being super rate centric and super focused on the payment. That's important, but understand all the costs involved. And Lindsay's really good about breaking that down. And I think that's important for the consumer to understand all the costs that go into purchasing an investment property or a property. So cool.
Awesome.
All right, everybody.
Thanks,
have a good
guys.
one.
Okay,
We're
bye.
out.
Thank
This
you
will be
so much for
recorded too.
having me.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Dave. Okay, see y'all.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.